Welcome to manual lymphatic drainage of the head, neck, and face. This sequence is amazing for relieving neck pain and tension, decreasing frequency and intensity of headaches and migraines, keeping the sinuses clear, decreasing puffiness, defining facial features, helping to clear the skin, and so much more. So we'll begin our sequence today with 3 nice deep breaths taken at your own pace, just starting to get grounded in your space, preparing yourself for this head, neck, and face sequence we're about to embark on. Scanning the body, just getting ready, thanking yourself for showing up today. And we'll begin with an anterior neck stretch. So place both hands at the upper breastbone and gently engage into the tissue by pressing into yourself. Slowly tilt the head back, looking towards the ceiling, feel that nice stretch, and then come back to your neutral starting position. Then begin again, feeling the tissue on the front side of the neck stretching as your hands and head movement pull the tissue in 2 directions. Continue with this motion a few times, tilting the head back, maybe experimenting with angling the head from side to side. The intention with this movement is to release the tissue on the front side of the neck to improve fluid flow. So now let's go ahead and open up the terminus, so bringing your fingertips up to your collarbone, hands can either be crossed or not, and starting to draw semicircles from the middle clavicle in towards midline, releasing and then resetting. So drawing that semicircle, taking the skin with you, release and reset. So we're aiming towards the terminus here, using the skin and the surrounding tissue to have an effect on those lymphatic structures. So we don't need to go digging, we don't need to use too deep of pressure. We're just taking that skin with us using a pressure of about a 2 or a 3 out of 10. This is an essential step kickstarting the lymphatic system. Now go ahead and cup the nape of your neck with your hands, taking those hands all the way over the nape of the neck and pulling down and then resetting. So you can guide the movement with your elbows here, starting with the elbows pointing forward and then pulling the elbows down to face the floor and then releasing. You're not going to be sliding your hand over the skin, but rather taking the skin of the neck with the hand. So it's like you're guiding fluid forwards from the back of the neck, forwards towards the terminus. So now let's go ahead and move to behind the ears. So we have lymph node clusters here, and that's where the face drains. So take your fingertips behind your ears, and using light pressure, go ahead and just massage in circles lightly behind the ear. You might move your fingertips up or down just a couple centimeters to hit these nodes a little bit more completely. And just staying gentle here, knowing again that we don't need to go digging through any of these structures. So now let's go ahead and make Spock hands. So you can either cross the hands or not, but go ahead and bring the ears to the spaces between the 2 finger groups. So we have that V of the Spock hands surrounding the ears. Engage gently into the tissue, then drag the hands down, taking the skin with you, then release the pressure and return to the starting point. Gently engage into the tissue, slightly pull down, taking that skin with you, release and reset. So here we're just using our hands to help guide fluid down the neck from the subauricular nodes behind the ears down towards the terminus. Now take fingerprints to the occiput or the bottom of the skull. Start by just feeling around here and gently massaging this whole area from the base of your skull out to behind your ears. So we're loosening up this area and helping to release some muscular and fascial tension. And we're also helping to improve fluid flow of that fluid that's surrounding this area. So we're just massaging, opening up this area and helping more fluid to flow. And then go ahead and start to make your way up the scalp, massaging the entire scalp with your fingertips, loosening up these tissue. And then start to take a few full-handed strokes of the scalp, starting from the forehead, coming all the way down the occiput and down the neck. And then let's take a few full-handed strokes down the neck. This time you will be sliding over the skin. We're just hoping to reinforce some of these pathways that we just opened. So we'll move on to the face eventually, but next let's work a little bit in the armpits. Lift your right arm out to the side or up above your head and take that left hand, put it square in your armpit. Engage up towards the shoulder joint and then pull in towards the rib cage, release and reset. We'll do this about 10 times, opening up the axillary nodes, gently engaging up into the armpit, pulling in towards the ribs, and then releasing and resetting. You can open and close your right hand for a little bit more effectiveness in moving fluid through this area, activating that muscle pump as well as the pump with your hands in the axillary nodes. Now go ahead and take your left hand out of your armpit, make a gentle fist, and use the knuckles of your fist to gently vibrate, starting from the sternum all the way out to the front of the shoulder. So do this 3 to 5 times, just using light, gentle vibration from the middle of your body out towards the shoulder. And then go ahead and switch sides. So left arm comes out to the side or up above your head. Right arm comes squarely in your armpit with as much skin-on-skin contact as possible. Engage up into the shoulder, then in towards the ribs, then release and reset. Engage up, in, then reset. Continue with this motion. The reason we are opening up the armpits in this sequence is to ensure proper flow and make sure all fluid has a proper pathway to go. So if fluid is congested in the upper body, then that can translate to fluid accumulation in the face. So we want to make sure that we have all of these areas of movement nice and open to ensure that any movement from the face or the chest doesn't get caught up in the tissue. So now go ahead and take that right hand into a light fist and do those gentle vibrations across the front of the chest, starting from the sternum and moving all the way out towards the front of the shoulder. It's about 3 to 5 repetitions here, opening up the chest. All right, let's go ahead and return to pulling down on the nape of your neck. So bring your hands to the nape of your neck, cupping over, and then gently pull down. Just briefly returning to this movement here to encourage any fluid that's moving so far to clear out into blood circulation and make room for more fluid absorption. Then take a few gentle full-handed strokes down the neck, just like we were doing a few moments ago. And then again, taking those fingertips behind the ears, gently massaging. So now we've done all the prep work that we need to be able to work the face. So let's go ahead and start working directly with the face. So go ahead and bring both thumbs to underneath the chin. So we're aiming for our submental lymph nodes here that are a little bit more embedded in tissue, so we can use slightly more pressure. But instead of going in with pressure and only pressure, we're going to add some vibration to the movement. So starting with your thumbs together underneath the front side of your chin, start to vibrate both thumbs as you pull them along the bottom of the jawline until you get to the edge of the jawline underneath the ears. Once you hit that area underneath the ears, reset at the front of the chin. So engaging up into that tissue under the bottom of the chin and then using vibration as you pull out. Vibration is one of the languages that the lymphatic system speaks. So continue with this motion just a few more times, opening up under the chin. Now place fingertips just in front of the ear on either side of your face, around where you can feel the end of your cheekbone. And start to gently massage in circles here, using very, very light pressure. So you're starting to open up some of the areas of lymph nodes in the face. So we have some clusters of lymph nodes in front of the ears that we're intending towards with this movement. And now take your fingertips to the outer edges of the base of your nose and gently massage in circles. And then go ahead and bring fingertips or thumb tips to the inner portion of the eyebrows. We're going to engage up into the eyebrows for about 2 seconds, then release and engage again. Pressing up into the eyebrows, releasing, and resetting. Then we're going to continue with this movement, but work our way out underneath the eyebrows. So move that fingerprint out 1 fingerprint, and press up into the eyebrow, then release and reset. Press up into the eyebrow gently, release and reset. 1 more time. And then move one fingerprint out. So we're kind of at the middle of our eyebrows here, pressing up gently, holding for a couple seconds, resetting, doing this a couple times. And then go ahead and come to the edge of your eyebrows and gently engaging into the tissue, holding for a couple seconds, and then resetting. All right, now that we've cleared all of the pathways, let's begin direct lymphatic drainage of the face. So we will go one side at a time. So let's go ahead and start with the right side of the face. So take all four fingertips to the front of your jaw, with the tip of your thumb just below your jaw, starting at the center of your face. With very gentle skin stretching movements, move from the front of your jaw out towards the ear, and then release the pressure and come back to where you started. So gently engage, pull out, reset. Engage, pull out, reset. So you're not going to be moving across the skin. You're going to be staying in one area and getting as much skin stretch as possible. Now go ahead and move your fingerprints out towards the edge of your face. So you're more on the middle jaw here, and continue with those skin stretching movements. So pulling that skin gently out towards the ear, then resetting. Remember that action and release phase, just a little bit smaller here since we're working with a smaller area. Then go ahead and move those fingertips out so you're more at the edge of your jaw. Do about 3 to 5 skin stretching movements here, out towards the ear, remembering that you're intending towards those very small lymphatic capillaries just underneath the skin. So now let's move fingertips to the front side of your jaw. So come back to the center of your jaw and have your fingertips be on the front. So you'll be covering kind of that whole area from your chin to your lips. Gentle skin stretching movements out towards the edge of the face, and then release and reset. About 3 to 5 repetitions in each area, and then you're going to move those fingerprints out. So go ahead and take those fingerprints out towards the edge of your face more, so you're more in the middle jaw here, getting as much of your finger contact on your skin as possible. Continue with those gentle skin stretching movements, remembering to keep that pressure very, very light. And then move those fingerprints out so you're more on your cheek now, the edge of your cheek, just underneath your ear. Outer edge of your jaw here. Continue with those skin stretching movements. Now take your thumb and your pointer finger on your lips and squeeze from the center of your lips out towards the edge of your lips on the right side. So you'll do about 3 squeezes on the lips, just giving it a gentle squeeze, maybe a little massage like you're polishing a penny, and then moving out towards the edge of the lips. Do this a couple times. So now you're going to take your finger pads on as much of your cheek as possible. So starting at the edge of your lips, maybe you're touching the edge of your nose as well. So with those gentle skin stretching movements, starting to pull that skin towards the outer edge of your face, then releasing and resetting. Very small action phase here, just pulling maybe 1 or 2 centimeters here. Really thinking about skin stretch and not pressure, not applying too much pressure here, really just focusing on skin stretch. Go ahead and move those fingerprints out so you're more towards the edge of your face, and continue with those skin stretching movements out towards the edge of your face. And then finally, right in front of your ear, just using those fingerprints to gently slide the skin, encouraging fluid towards those auricular nodes around your ear. Now take your pointer finger to the bridge of your nose and gently sweep down one nostril 5 times. Then we're going to be working the delicate tissue under the eye here. So use as many fingers as will fit or as is comfortable, and continue with those very, very, very gentle skin stretching movements underneath the eye. So about 3 to 5 with each hand placement, and then you'll move the hands out towards the edge of your face and continue with those very gentle skin stretching movements. Action and release, remembering that that action is pulling, and releasing, you're coming back to the starting position. And then last time, coming more towards the edge of your face, outside of your eye. Continue with those skin stretching movements. Now take your thumb and pointer finger, gently pull apart the skin at the corner of the eye and blink 5 times. Now take your thumb and pointer finger, gently pinch the eyebrow, release and move out, covering the length of the eyebrow here just with these little pinches. Now take as many fingers as will fit on your forehead and with gentle skin stretching movements, make your way across the forehead starting at midline. Doing those gentle skin stretching movements, about 3 repetitions in each placement, and then moving the hand out to the side. So for the purposes of this video, we're just doing 3 repetitions at each place and then moving out. But if you'd like to do more, you certainly can increase the amount of repetitions that you're using in each place, or increase the amount of passes that you're doing over each area. So now take your right fingertips and starting from your chin, just make gentle sweeping movements from the center of your face out. Do this 3 times, starting from the bottom and working your way up. Let's go ahead and move on over to the other side. So moving to your left side now, taking 4 left fingertips to the front side of your jaw and tip of your thumb just below your jaw. With gentle skin stretching movements, move from the front of your jaw, pull that skin out slightly, reset, out slightly, reset. About 3 times in each placement, and then moving the fingers over so you're more at the center of the jaw, continuing with those gentle skin stretching movements, keeping that pressure nice and light. Remember, we're intending towards small capillaries underneath the skin. And then finally, the outer edge of the jaw just underneath the ear, still keeping with that thumb underneath the jawline. After you've finished the passes on the jaw, move fingertips to the front of your chin, so you'll be covering the area from your lips down to your chin. So continue with those skin stretching movements starting at the midline, remembering that all fluid on the right side flows right and all fluid on the left side flows left. So 3 skin stretching movements, then moving over 1 handprint, continuing with those skin stretching movements, and then finishing with those full fingerprints right in front of the ear at the edge of the jaw. Now take thumb and pointer finger and gently squeeze the lips starting in the center and moving out towards the edge of the lips. We'll do 3 passes here, just giving it a gentle squeeze, maybe a little bit of a massage as you're working your way out as well. Now take as many fingers as will fit on the cheek just outside the edge of the lips. You might be touching the base of the nose as well. So again, gentle skin stretching movements, making your way across the cheek, starting with 3 repetitions in our first hand placement. Moving that hand over 1 handprint and continuing with those skin stretching movements. Really important that you keep checking in with the light pressure as you're working. It can be really easy to get a little heavy-handed here. And then finally, all of your fingers just in front of your ear. Remembering that we have this group of lymph nodes here, but we also have lymph vessels that are leading to those lymph nodes. Now take your pointer finger to the bridge of your nose, gently sweep down 1 nostril 5 times. And then taking as many fingers as will fit, gently continuing those skin stretching movements under the eye. This is very delicate tissue here, so we really don't need much pressure at all. And then after you've done 3 repetitions of those skin stretching movements, moving your fingerprints over towards the edge of the face, continuing with those 3 repetitions. And then ending at the edge of your cheekbone here, gently pulling that skin. Now take your thumb and pointer finger, gently pull apart the skin at the corner of the eye and blink 5 times. And now take your pointer finger and your thumb, squeezing from the middle of the eyebrow, working your way out towards the edge of the eyebrow, maybe creating a little bit of that penny polishing movement, a little bit of a massage here as well. We're not squeezing too hard, just getting a little bit of a lift of the tissue. And then taking as many fingers as will fit on your forehead and continuing those gentle skin stretching movements, making your way across the forehead, starting from the midline. Doing 3 different positions on the forehead. Then finishing at the edge of the forehead with your 3 repetitions. Then take fingerprints and start to brush them across your face, starting from the chin, working your way up, doing 3 passes over the face with these gentle fingertip sweeps. Now take fingerprints and gently massage the side of your scalp, working your way all the way to the back of the scalp. Do this a couple times, creating some movement on the scalp here. Go ahead and grab a hold of your ears on either side and just start to gently traction the ears away from each other. I'm getting a hold on different parts of the ear cartilage here. So finding a couple different placements and just using the ears as a handle to start to affect some of this tissue. Let's revisit the nodes behind the ears. So taking your fingertips, massaging behind the ears. And then taking those Spock hands or peace fingers around the ears and gently pulling down. Guiding any of that fluid that we just moved from the face down the neck towards the terminus. And then revisiting the terminus here with your fingertips, drawing semicircles towards the midline here, gently. So I like to do lymphatic drainage before I put moisturizer on my face. So this next section is just going to do a little bit of facial massage with moisturizer. If you're not going there today, then you can end this video now. Great job. But if you'd like to move on to our moisturizer section, go ahead and grab whatever lotion or oil you'd like to use on your face, and let's get started. Go ahead and just take that moisturizer on your hands and just apply it all over the face. So just a nice light coverage of the whole face. Now make knuckles with your pointer and middle finger on your right side, starting to work from the chin to the jaw, gently pulling out. We'll do about 5 repetitions here. So using the knuckles gently. I like to use my knuckles rather than my fingertips, but if fingertips are more comfortable for you during any part of this, then you can certainly switch to those. Now move to the front of your jaw, still using your knuckles, pulling from the midline out. So still using pretty gentle pressure here. And then from the edge of your lips, pulling out to your ear. 5 repetitions. And then we'll do a swooping motion starting from the top of your nose. You'll sweep down underneath your cheekbone and pull out to the top of your cheekbone, releasing and resetting. So it's almost like a Nike swoop here or a curved check mark, pulling down the nose and up the cheekbone. And then go ahead and take your thumb and your forefinger on your forehead. So that forefinger will be flush with your eyebrow and the thumb on the outside of your eye. And slowly start to drag the skin up towards the scalp about 5 times. Adding a little bit of vibration here if you'd like. And then we'll move on over to the other side. So taking the knuckles of your left hand, ring, and pointer, using those knuckles to pull from underneath the jaw and the front of the jaw, from the chin to the ear. And then on the front side of your chin, using the knuckle if you'd like, or switching to your fingertips, pulling from the front of your face out to the side. And then starting from the corner of your lips, pulling up towards your ear. And now for the swoop, starting from the inner corner of your eye, working your way down the nose, underneath the cheekbone, and sweeping all the way up to the edge of your cheekbone just in front of your ear. About 5 to 10 repetitions here. Working pretty light here. Don't need too much pressure on any part of the face. And then take your thumb next to your eye, your pointer finger flush with your eyebrows. Start to drag the skin up 5 to 10 times, adding in a little bit of vibration if you'd like. And then taking your fingertips and using those sweeping motions, starting from the chin all the way out to the side of the face. About 3 times, finishing up this sequence with some nice strokes. And we'll finish this sequence just like we started, so with 3 nice deep belly breaths, closing your eyes if you'd like. Feeling how much less tension is now on your face and neck, thanking your body and then your lymphatic system for all that it does to keep you safe and healthy. Thanks for joining me today. Great job.